everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. In this game, we'll see the Detroit Pistons going up against the Toronto Raptors at Scotiabank Arena. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Tim Legler, along with our reporter, Allie LaForce. And here we can check out the score for Emmanuel quickly.
And his three-point shooting has gotten a lot better over his last 10 games. He looks so much more comfortable from beyond. There's no doubt he's got the green light to let it fly whenever the shot's there for him.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. The forwards are Thompson and Harris. Kevin Huerter is out there with Cade Cunningham. And it's Duren in at the pivot, manning the middle. And for Toronto, the guard spots filled by Quickly and Barrett. In at the forwards, Ingram and Barnes. And it's Mamu Kelishvili in at the 5 down low. Here we are now past the midway point of the season, Tim. What kinds of things are you focusing on right now as you take a look at the league?
Well, Kevin, this is where teams separate. There's two paths. Teams that are starting to get themselves ready for a playoff run, and those that are starting to think about their next offseason and angling for a good draft position.
And teams trying to peak at the right time. A very tough thing to achieve, don't you think?
It's critical. You want to be in rhythm and healthy to make that deep playoff run.
Cunningham looking it over. That's good from Harris on the assist by Cunningham.
Yeah, finding a way. That's what Harris does.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
I had a chance to catch up with Darko Rajakovic. Much of our discussion centered around Cade Cunningham. He said that's their catalyst. They look to him to control the pace, to read the defense, and to make the right basketball play, which he usually does. He is very tough to neutralize. Back to you, Kevin.
Great work as always, Allie. Thank you. Here's Ingram. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. Quickly finds Barrett. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Just 5 on the clock. Barnes can't get it to go.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. Jalen Duren is certainly a force, Tim, in this NBA. He's a nightly double-double.
Well, he looks like a bouncer at a nightclub, but you forget how young this guy is. If he keeps improving like this, Kevin, he has a chance to be one of the premier bigs in this league.
I was going to say the same thing about you, but I'll call you a Greek god as opposed to a bouncer in a bar. How's that?
I much prefer the Greek god description.
That's good from Duren. And after years of disappointment, the Pistons, Tim, finally seem to have put it together.
And I think the key for them has been blending in the right amount of veteran leadership with their emerging young players. And I'll tell you what, this team still has a lot more upside. Barnes has massive talent, and he has worked hard to become a consistent three-level scorer.
And Huerter gets it to go.
Talk about a fast start. 4 for 4 right out of the gate.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Quickly against Cunningham. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Detroit.
And right from the jump, they've been working hard to establish themselves inside, using agility and power to get shots in the paint.
Another highlight for them has been their early ball movement, making quick, decisive passes to set up guys for great looks.
And having starred in a 6-man role in New York, Tim Emmanuel quickly has been handed the keys in Toronto.
Well, he certainly has, Kevin, and he's got the contract to match it. You talk about confidence and determination to prove yourself. That sums up quickly.
Duren, no good.
Well, they missed one after 4 straight makes. Still a good start to the game.
Huerter against Barrett. Pass to Kelishvili. On the wing quickly. Ingram deciding where to go with it. Over Thompson. And it's Ingram missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And Thompson gets it to go.
An explosive player. Thompson has serious leaping ability, and that comes in handy around the basket.
Quickly against Cunningham. The shot's good from Quickly.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And now they are just going to keep riding that momentum with the hot hand.
Now here's Huerter. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Cunningham for three. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. On the wing quickly. To the middle. Barrett, no good.
Well, give the defender credit. Sometimes it's enough to force the miss.
Thompson against Ingram. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Defensive tone setter, that's Asar Thompson. He shadows his man with relentless determination, but his game right before us, Tim, don't you think, is expanding in every way?
Oh, he's got immeasurable impact defensively, blocks, steals, deflections, always a disruptor. He's still a little bit foul prone, but I think as he starts to get a reputation in this league as an elite defender, he is going to be scary.
Well, this league has some of the world's best athletes, but Asar Thompson, like his brother Amen, Tim, they're on another level.
Yeah, this guy has a top-tier burst and relentlessness to make things happen. He's already a stopper at the defensive end.
Grady Dix checked in for Brandon Ingram. And he sinks the second. And last season, Vince Carter became the first player ever to have his jersey retired, Tim, by the Raptors.
So well deserved. And look, prime Vince Carter is exactly the kind of player Toronto is still looking for. A 3-level elite scorer.
Here's Dick. Last time out, he had 14 points. Down low, it's stolen by Harris. Cunningham outside. And he uses the glass on the layup.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Raptors trail by 5. Barnes passes to Dick. To the paint. Outside, Barrett. The kick out to Barnes. A 3-pointer off the mark.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now, here's Cunningham. He's a guy that can score, no doubt, averaging over 25 points a game.
Playing above the rim. That's an aggressive move by Cunningham.
Raptors have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Pass to Dick. Inside. Harris against Barnes. Shot clock at 6. Here's Duran. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Well, that's what I love about Duran. He understands his game and his limitations. He likes the ball down low. He is not going to take too many threes.
And here is Quickly. 5 points in the game. Pass to Barnes. Here's Kelishvili. Drills it from outside.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Fast break Toronto. Here's Barrett. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's going to be on Cade Cunningham.
Well, Barrett getting out and pushing the pace and making things happen.
The Raptors have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. You know, Tim, we see a lot of talented wings in this NBA. Where does R.J. Barrett separate himself?
Well, he's very difficult when he puts it on the deck, Kevin. He's got some moves, and he's got an array of finishes, both the layup package or he can pound it on your head.
Detroit making a switch. Robinson's checked in.
When you look at the development of R.J. Barrett, he has really developed into a reliable scorer in this league. Yeah, catch and flush in one motion. Duren presents a big target out there.
Raptors trail by 6. Onside, Barrett. Quickly setting the pick for Barrett. Thompson against Dick. To the inside. Here's Barnes. And the dunk by Barnes.
Well, I love the play call. Get Barnes in there as the screener, and Scottie really can do anything from that formation.
Pistons leading by 4. Thompson with it. Coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. Duren finds Harris. Thompson, a screen on Barnes. To the paint. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to go on Grady Dick.
Clever move by the young guy. Thompson sticks with the shot and gets fouled.
And he knocks down the first one. And Tim, the improvement for the Detroit Pistons keyed by acquiring veteran floor spacers. You must like that aspect, am I right?
Yeah, I love that, Kevin. The fact that they have a star offensive player and they went out and added guys that can create more space for their best player and also can become a great defensive team.
So here we are, Greg, looking at this roster of the Raptors. What is the path to contention?
Well, perhaps an opening in the East for them to make a move. Going from good to great, it's tougher. It will require them to develop or acquire some superstar talent.
The Raptors have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
That one is off. And this young Pistons team, GA, you and I love them, building around toughness.
Yeah, offensively, attacking the paint, defensively, where they are engaged. And they'll send you to the foul line quite a bit, but that's a product of that hard-nosed style.
Good on the second free throw. GA now in year 3 under Darko Rajakovic. The Raptors are staying the course.
His contract runs.
Oh, nice.
Look at that. And his athleticism is really off the charts. Love seeing Thompson punching home like that.
What a great look here at this tremendous move from our AT&T Connected Cam point of view. Here's Shed. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Quickly against Huerter. 6 to shoot. And again, no good by Toronto. Pistons leading by 6. Duren the pass to Harris. score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
And it does a world of good for them to have Harris getting busy inside. Gives them that inside-out edge they're looking for.
Thompson against Dick. Here's Shed. Buries it from 3-point range.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Well, if you love high-scoring games, you came to the right place.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thanks a lot. Raptors coach Darko Rajakovic explained what he's looking for on the offensive end. He said, quote, it's unselfishness, ball and body movement, playing together and making each other better. Also, you have to be able to adjust. Basketball is not set in stone. If it was, it would be a recipe. Back to you.
Yeah, you got to roll with the punches. Thank you, Allie. Quickly against Huerter. Now Duren. His last outing, he had 24 points. They get it again.
And if Duren gets the ball in the paint, it's really difficult to get him off his spot. He is just so strong.
Detroit shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. The Raptors making a switch here. Barnes is checked in. Stewart's checked in for Detroit. Marcus Sasser comes in for Kevin Huerter. First free throw is good.
Well, you talk about using your size. Jalen Duren's focus is always on exactly that. He's on the floor looking for blocks, boards, and inside offensive production. Anywhere his physicality can give him an edge.
Both good from the line that time. And so quickly we'll bring it up for Toronto. They trail by 9 points. On the wing, Barnes. Back to quickly. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4. Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Sasser with it. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Duren with the screen on Dick. Releases. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Well, it was the Raptors winning their last game against Indiana. Barnes. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
And this is the kind of attention that Barnes commands, particularly when he's aggressive looking to score.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
that's good from Barnes. In his relatively young career, Scottie Barnes, GA, has played a number of positions.
Well, he's so versatile. He can be successful at a lot of different spots on the floor. A glue guy you can plug in just about anywhere.
Green, he's checked in for Marcus Sasser. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And a player, Tim, who stuffs the stat sheet, Scottie Barnes.
Yeah, Kevin, he just has a great all-around game. But the thing I like the most, he's very unselfish. He will pass up a shot if a teammate has a better one.
Here's Harris. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Barnes looking around. Pass to Dick. Duran pulls it in.
Whoops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
Quickly against Robinson. Harris outside. Robinson finds Stewart. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Duran. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Raptors trail by 7. Pass to Quickly. And 1:01 left here in the first quarter. Down low, here's Murray Boyle.
Barnes really just forcing the D to commit. They chose him, and boy, did he make them pay.
Pistons leading by 5. Outside Robinson. Harris, right side. 6 on the shot clock. And Barnes sends it back.
Well, Barnes is a point forward with a wingspan of 7 feet 3 inches, so he is always a threat to send it back in your face.
All right, Legs, follow me here. You look at the rise of teams like Detroit. There's a lot to be said for having young legs.
Well played, Kevin, well played. And look, today's game exacts a physical toll, and if you think of it, that's especially true when you're playing a team like the Pistons. They play fast and they hit hard.
The first one falls.
Well, you know, he's been around the league a really long time, but Tobias Harris still performs at a high level every night.
The Raptors making a switch here. Walters checked in. Holland, he's checked in for the Pistons. And Harris drops them both.
Yeah, he's as good as it gets at the line. Pretty much automatic.
Raptors trail by 7. There's 25 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
And you look at Grady Dick's physical gifts, and you see it's all there. Size, length, careful training, and hard work could make him into something special.
For Toronto, they have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good, and the Pistons making a change here. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Pistons leading by 6. Hollins kicks to Robinson. Pass to Sharge. Good D by Barnes. And so it's the Detroit Pistons with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And that's where their advantage is. Throw the ball inside, make it difficult for the defense to make some decisions.
Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second quarter. Holland is out there with Green. Then it's Duncan Robinson. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Stewart in at the 5 spot. Here's Shed. Driving to the basket. The 15-footer. It's hauled in by Stewart.
Well, he's certainly more than capable of hitting that shot, but somehow, even with no defense, he came away empty.
Now, here's Green. Scoreless thus far. Three-pointer, LeVert. That shot missing. Raptors trail by 6. Here's Shed. Pass to Barnes. It's intercepted. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Now here's LeVert. D right on him. Wants to get it to Barnes and does. Fast break Toronto. Here's Shed. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist. Barnes has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And here is Robinson. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now averages nearly 12 points a game. High post Stewart. Here's Murray Boyle. Guarded by Stewart. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
GA, you hear about 3 levels score, but is it just 3 levels?
Great point. Kevin, you've got guys with that deep range, and there's a difference between the mid-range game, those floaters, the little 12-footers, and those deep 2s as well. So maybe 5-level score is complete. Think of like a 5-2 player in baseball.
Changes for Toronto. Elbows checked in, and Barrett subbed in for Walter. Then for the Pistons, Asar Thompson, he's checked in for Green. Kevin Huerter comes in for Robinson. And it's Cunningham in for LeVert.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
The Pistons leading. Now Cunningham. Last game we saw him score 32. Holland the pass to Cunningham. Just 5 to shoot. Launches a 3. That shot off the mark. Toronto have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Oh,
just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And it's Thompson with the jam.
And when he lets the athleticism take over, Thompson can do almost anything.
And Barnes has got the ball here for Toronto. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. There's the drive. And another basket for Toronto.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Stewart kicks to Cunningham. It's rebounded by Scottie Barnes.
Well, that's two good players going at each other. Advantage to the defense that time.
Barrett dishes to Barnes. High, arcing shot. Dick. No good on the three. Detroit's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Pass to Cunningham. Takes it off the glass. Cunningham's got 6.
Just a great job by Cunningham using the dribble to create separation.
Toronto trailing. You know, Tim, one thing you hear about Cade Cunningham is his leadership skills.
Yeah, Kevin, he is very mature and unselfish. While this team definitely revolves around his play, he doesn't make it all about himself. And that is the difference.
That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
And Cade gets the basket right at the rim using that length inside.
For Toronto, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Pass to Mobo. Now Barnes, covered by Cunningham. Barnes down low. He's against Cunningham. Barnes can't get it to go. Pistons leading by 3. Here's Holland. No scoring in this one. Cunningham left side. And again, Cunningham missing. Raptor shooting has been terrific. 54% on the game. Here's Murray Boyer. 8 points for him. The 3 from Barnes. Barnes with another miss.
Well, he better focus now. His efficiency is dropping, but there is enough game left to make corrections.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I mean, when you're fighting back, you cannot give up plays like that.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thank you. R.J. Barrett, the son of a pro hoops player, he said, quote, as a youngster, my dad programmed me to be aggressive. He always told me, go to the rim, live in the paint. When you do that, you not only score, but you force the whole defense to collapse, and you can make easy plays to hit shooters. Kevin, back to you.
Playing with purpose. Allie, as always, we appreciate your reporting. Harris to check in for the Pistons. Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. You take a look at the Pistons. They've continued to play strong basketball, if not utterly dominant, as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that #1 spot the whole way there. And, of course, Toronto, 7 games back.
And I think for the Pistons, they've got their sights set pretty darn high right now. After what they've done this season, their goal is nothing short of a title.
Well, no one has been surprised by their dominance. Now they will try to take this momentum into the postseason.
Can't do this against Ingram. He's good at seeking out contact and finding ways to get to the line.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Ingram. And legs from going undrafted to becoming a three-point contest champion, you had to fight for your place in the NBA.
Well, Kevin, that's an understatement. Yes, undrafted in '88. I played in just about every league imaginable, including a year in France. Had a bunch of 10-day contracts early on, but I didn't get my first full-time NBA contract until 1993 with the Dallas Mavericks.
Well, your perseverance and tenacity definitely paid off.
Certainly didn't take no for an answer, I can tell you that.
And Thompson gets it to go.
Well, to stop him, you have to get better rim protection than that.
It's Ingram on the wing. He's covered by Thompson. Stolen by Thompson. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And now a 7-point Piston lead.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
And one thing about this league we know, momentum can change in an instant.
And so quickly we'll bring it up for Toronto. When this game is done, they'll be off to Chicago as they take on the Bulls. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. To the left wing. Pass to Barnes. Clock at 6. The shot's good. Barnes has got 4 points in the quarter.
And Barnes putting on that hard hat, using that size in close to get work done.
Detroit leading by 5. Now Thompson. Now here is Harris. Fires from 18. Out to Thompson. Cunningham, a screen on Ingram. Here's Thompson, and it's Thompson with the jam.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, it's the power of the two-man game. After all these years, it's still the most difficult set to defend.
Pass to Barnes. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
Well, Barnes has caught a heater, and if his teammates are smart, they will keep finding him.
Now here is Harris, covered by Barnes. Harris misses. Raptors trail by 5. At the elbow, it's Barrett. Great pass to set up the lay-in. 6 points for R.J. Barrett.
Well, as soon as they came up with that basketball, Barrett was out and he was running, and then he was able to convert on the break.
Cunningham with it. 8 points for him. Pass to Harris. Stewart with the screen on Barnes. Stolen away. Over Harris. Barnes can't get it to go. So for the Pistons, their last game a loss to show. Harris drives in, and the layup is good. Harris has got 16.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
In Toronto, they've gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. quickly setting the pick for Barrett. There's the three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Barrett's got 5 points now this quarter.
If you give R.J. Barrett that kind of space, he's going to take the three every time.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. The Raptors making a switch here. Elbows checked in, and Detroit with a change here too. Jalen Duren, he's checked in for Isaiah Stewart. Thompson against Ingram. It's deflected.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Raptors moving the ball around. In the corner, Barrett with it. A floater. And it's good on the layup. Barrett's got the game tied up here for the Raptors.
And the thing I love about Barrett in watching him, he plays with toughness and determination.
Now, here's Cunningham. He's got 8. On the wing, Harris. Back to Cunningham. Harris outside. 6 to shoot. Here's Duren. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
Thompson against Ingram. Pass to Barrett. Shoots over Huerter. Barrett, no good. Detroit's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. In the corner, Huerter with it. And the 3 ball is good. Huerter's got 7.
With this lead, they're playing confidently, showing a quick trigger from beyond.
Ingram against Thompson. Outside, Barrett. Back to Ingram. Pass to quickly. From downtown. Rebound, Detroit. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
And they'll be doing their best to establish superiority over this club, something they failed to do a year ago. And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive, driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
Well, it's certainly been a good night for him, and it is showing on the scoreboard.
The Pistons have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
One shot.
And that one misses. Raptors trail by 7. Ingram right side. No good, unable to end this run. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
Well, that's the big challenge. Teams tend to feel more comfortable at home for sure, so you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. That just didn't happen in this one.
Barnes left side. Three-pointer. Rebounded by the Pistons. Harris has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Quickly against Huerter. Harris looking it over. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Asar Thompson. That'll be his second foul of the game. And so here's Toronto. 9-point game. Barnes outside for 3. Ingram.
Oof, ugly second quarter for him, and now I think he's starting to really force the issue.
To the middle. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. And here's Ingram from the arc. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Detroit Pistons holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We come back right after this.
Direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot of love. They're thinking about the shot. Let's hear it for the participants.
Welcome, folks. EJ alongside Shaq and Kenny. First up, here are the players of the week. And the Eastern Conference winner, Donovan Mitchell.
So explosive in everything he does and built to take on a leadership role. Mitchell goes through stretches where he can put the team on his back and carry them. The shot's working, the drive's working, it's all working.
And let's talk now about that first half. What a commanding start for the Detroit Pistons.
Hey, living in the paint is good living. Take it from me.
Yeah, this team doesn't settle. They're aggressive and they're physical. It's impressive to watch.
And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. We've seen a tremendous game from Harris.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
When he gets the ball this deep and establishes position, now it's a matter of getting to his go-to move that he loves.
Pistons leading by 11. Now let's head over to the sideline for a report on R.J. Barrett. Allie, what's his status?
Hey guys, the head athletic trainer of the Raptors was able to update me on the situation. He let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. Though it'll take some time to fully recover from this injury, the staff has given him the green light to play on it. Guys?
Good information as always, Allie. We thank you.
Well, he certainly didn't envision his season going like this, but it happens to the best of them, and now it's all about how you respond to it.
In at the forwards, Ingram and Barnes. The guard spots filled by Quickly and Barrett. And it's Mamu Kelishvili in at the center, locking down the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
And because of that, this one looks like a bit of a mismatch.
Raptors trail by 15. You know, Greg, after struggling with injuries to start his NBA career, Cade Cunningham is figuring it out.
And the former #1 overall pick in 21. Last season, his first All-Star appearance, and he's only getting started.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
The Raptors shooting 47%, pretty solid. Barnes outside. In the corner, Barrett with it. 5 on the clock. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Duren. Here's Thompson, and Thompson slams it home.
And when it comes to getting up and down the floor, Thompson has few peers.
And that great replay brought to us by the AT&T Connected Cam. And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
Barnes passes to Barrett. And he can't stop the run as he misses. Detroit leading by 19. Harris kicks to Huerter. Pass to Thompson. Thompson sets the pick for Harris. And it's Thompson that time on the assist from Tobias Harris. 20 points now in the game from Asar Thompson. And so Quickly will bring it up for Toronto. Searching for that first bucket here in the third. And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy.
You see yourself on the screen and you select your best move. Let's go. Let's go. Keep going. Let's review some numbers for Cunningham. 2nd in assists, 15th in steals, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And going back to him being 2nd in assists, it's his ability to control the pace of the game, his peripheral vision. That makes him such a great floor leader. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. And Barrett slams it in.
And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by Detroit.
Pistons leading by 19 points. Pass to Huerter. Now Thompson. Harris outside. In And the Pistons getting another bucket right there.
And you couldn't have scripted a better start to the half. They've hit every single shot since the break.
Quickly kicks to Ingram. Pass to Mamu Kalashvili. Now Barnes. Shot clock at 6. Over Harris. Barnes can't get it to go.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Thompson passes to Cunningham. Back to Thompson. Tim, one thing about the NBA, there is never a shortage of exciting young players to watch and cover. Who are you excited about in watching them grow and take it from this point forward?
Well, I love two big lead guards. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Cade Cunningham certainly come to mind. Both of those guys are established stars in this league, and yet there is still so much more they can add to their games. The sky is the limit.
And they seem to have the right attitude. Am I right in your assessment?
They are guys that everybody wants to play with. They're mature as leaders as well.
And the second free throw, good. Tim, as we look at the area of modern medicine, isn't it amazing how it's helping extend playing careers?
Yeah, it's really incredible, Kevin, how these procedures now are so much less invasive. Guys come back sooner and they're able to play longer. Just look at Klay Thompson gifting his 2022 championship ring to the doctor who performed his Achilles surgery. Now that's the kind of impact these doctors are having.
It really is amazing. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
The mid-range game has been there for them all game long, and that old-school approach still getting it done in this one.
And they also deserve a lot of credit for getting points off turnovers. Their hustle has allowed them to take advantage of those opportunities.
And that one misses. And he's good on the second. And so quickly we'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Barnes outside. Quickly against Cunningham. Now here's Barrett. He's tightly guarded. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Quickly. That one bounces around and comes back out.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
Well, whatever they talked about at halftime, it's working now.
And here is Quickly. He's got 7. Yep, it counts. Quickly's got 9 points.
That's a lot of focus that time by Quickly. So good at working his way through the contact.
Cunningham passes to Harris, and the call will be against Emmanuel Quickly. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
And here's Harris from the arc. It's rebounded by Quickly. The Raptors have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the 3rd. Ingram outside. Shot clock at 5. Back to Quickly. Floats one up. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got 8 rebounds in this game. Harris passes to Huerter.
Wow, what a play! Unbelievable!
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. A difficult situation for Toronto. Toronto calls timeout.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
The rotations right now are just not good enough. That's going to be a problem defensively all night.
Here's a peek now at the 2K leaderboard. This year, these teams have made the most of their offensive rebounds. Fifth on the list, the Pistons.
One of the better rebounding teams in the league, especially on the offensive end. They never take that for granted in terms of whether the shot's going in.
Outside, Barrett. Pass to Ingram. On the wing, Barnes. Rejected by Harris.
That is great anticipation by Harris. When he's working this hard defensively, he's a difference maker.
And Duran slams it in.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. That is just nasty right there by Duran.
The Raptors have gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. And there's Barnes. That's good on the assist from Barrett. 14 points for Barnes.
He's an absolute beast to deal with for the defense. Sometimes he can even leave you feeling helpless.
Here's Cunningham. He's got 10. Pass to Huerter. Inside. Here's Harris. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Barnes has got his 5th rebound in this one. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
When Barnes is attacking the painted area, good things tend to happen.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
Taking 2 shots.
That's good from Barnes.
And Scottie Barnes represents a huge part of the future of this franchise. They just love his ability to slot into any position on the floor and do so many different things offensively.
Grady Dick's checked in for Toronto. And Detroit with a change here too. Robinson's checked in. And he can't hit the second. And it's Detroit's ball. They're on a 20-7 run. For the 3, connects from 3-point range. Robinson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And so quickly, we'll bring it up for Toronto. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, it's not easy, but defensively you want to avoid fouling a guy like Quickly.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight. And he makes the first.
And this organization has to be excited because when you watch Emmanuel Quickly, you got to remember, he's still in his mid-20s, so there's a lot of room still for him to grow.
And Quickly drops them both. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Huerter with a screen on Dick. Pass to Huerter. There's the lob to Duren. Now the Raptors moving it up. And the dunk by Dick.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
What a great sequence. You gotta love the effort. That's big time.
Now here's Duren. Back to Huerter. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And so here's Toronto. Now Quickly. 11 points in the game. Fires from deep. Pass to Dick. Huerter against Quickly. 5 to shoot. The 3. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control. Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
And it results in the highest percentage look you're going to get.
This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game. The Raptors making a switch here. Shed's checked
Mind
in.
the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Toronto's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Pass to Dick. Barnes sets a screen for Dick. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. That one on Harris.
Wow, and you can see the added strength for Barnes. It really helped him there.
He's gone 3 for 4 from the line. Stewart's checked in for Tobias Harris. That's good from Barnes. Here's Huerter. He's got 17. Thompson outside. Back to Huerter. Stewart, a screen for Huerter. Up and in on the layup. Huerter's got 10 points here in the second half.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Raptors shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. Pass to Dick. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. The Raptors need to get a shot off. Mamukelashvili drains it from beyond the arc. Mamukelashvili has got 6.
And so many different ways Dick gets the ball to his teammates, always on time and on target.
Pass to Stewart. And here is Robinson. Thompson outside. Stewart, a screen for Thompson. Detroit needs to get off a shot. And Stewart gets it to go.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
There's the pick. Here's Dick with the drive and the dunk by Dick.
And that's what makes Dick dangerous. You can't just play him as an outside shooter. He'll go to the hoop like he did there.
Robinson against Dick. And it's Stewart, top of the key. Back to Robinson. Thompson passes to Duren. And here's Stewart. He's covered by Ingram. Outside Robinson. Huerter on the wing. That three off the mark. And Barnes has got the ball here for the Toronto Raptors. Pass to Shed. Ingram outside. And here's Barnes for three. Rebounded by the Pistons. Outside Robinson. Here's Stewart. Huerter on the wing. Dick defending. Thompson sets the pick for Huerter. Now here's Thompson. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Well, this team relies on his scoring, and no shocker, he's done his part.
27 seconds left to play in the third. Pass to Dick. They set the pick. Puts it up from 12, and the Raptors tack on two more.
So much balance when Dick's in the air, always able to square his chest and make a confident stroke.
Huerter finds Thompson. Here's Stewart, covered by Barnes, and here's Huerter outside. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's Detroit just dominating this one. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, he made the right play. It didn't have to be a highlight reel play, and that's all you can ask from any position.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth, we've got Isaiah Stewart. Javonte Green is out there with Howard. Then it's Duncan Robinson. And it's Cunningham in at the point guard position.
You never want to foul a jump shooter. Dick certainly qualifies as one.
So, Tim, when you played, you were one of the league's best sharpshooters. Did you ever look around and pick things up off of other guys you watch shoot the ball well?
No question. In fact, I learned a lot about how to move off the ball by watching other guys as I made my way through college and eventually became a pro. And even when I was in the league, I would study other players to pick up things on their footwork and how to get my release a little bit quicker.
Give me one player that you really studied hard.
Well, there's no question Del Curry was a guy I watched because he needed very little time to get that shot off coming off of his screen. And unfortunately, several times I got there late against him and learned my lesson.
Pistons leading by 23. Here's Cunningham. Green with a screen on quickly.
When Cunningham gets inside and plays with force, good things tend to happen.
Personal foul. First team foul. At the line for the Pistons, Cade Cunningham. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
It's good from Cunningham.
And what you respect about Cade Cunningham is that he puts his team on his back. He does everything he can to deliver whatever they need.
And so he makes both from the line. One thing we see sometimes, players opting to represent themselves when it comes to signing a contract. In other words, Tim, they don't have an agent. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think most players, Kevin, understand that the numbers are pretty set, particularly for the superstar. If you know you're going to get a supermax, why not keep more of what you make? Why pay an agent?
That's a good point. Wants to get it to Rob. Put it down hard!
Watch out below. Woo! That's a beautiful pass. You just love the way Cunningham generates offense.
Here's Barrett. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Rebounded by the Pistons. Pass to Holland. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Holland's got his first basket.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, the way this game has gone, I'm actually not surprised it was that easy for him.
Green against Dick. Shot clock at 5. Mobo gets the basket.
Well, you can't ignore someone like that on the perimeter. If he gets a good look, he is going to knock it down.
Cunningham right side. To the middle. Here's Stewart, and the dunk by Stewart.
You know, he's smaller for the center position by NBA standards, but his leaping ability more than makes up for his lack of height.
For Toronto, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Pass to Murray Boyles. Now Dick. Barrett the pass to Dick. 6 on the shot clock. Over Green. Holland with the rebound. For Detroit, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Yes, that goes in.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Driving inside. The offensive rebound. Back to quickly. Dick against Green. Latre. They grab their own miss. Here's Mobo. And at last they get one to fall.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Well, you see this all too often. The effort has to be there first.
Quickly against Cunningham. Launches it. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Mobo's got 5 rebounds tonight. On the wing quickly. Pass to Dick. Just 5 on the clock. Jacks up a 3. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. And Toronto making a change here. Shedd's checked in. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Harris is checked in. The Pistons have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. Toronto making a change here. Mamu Kelishvili is checked in.
Get up and get loud once again for your Raptors, Lil Mama.
On defense, Toronto. Harris outside. Stewart, a screen for Harris. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Harris has got 22.
And you know Harris is capable of these type of outbursts. He has been a 20-point scorer in this league.
And here are the Raptors now. Pass to Mamu Kelishvili. To the paint. Quickly looking it over. Down low, Stewart with the steal. And here we go, the Pistons fast break. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession.
Is that just a miscommunication? It just can't happen. Let's hope they get on the same page.
Scottie Barnes, he's checked in for Toronto. Brandon Ingram comes in for Quickly. Then for the Pistons, Jalen Duren. He's checked in for Stewart. Asar Thompson comes in for Holland. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Robinson. Here's Shed. Barnes down low. Guarded by Harris. For Detroit, they've gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. Cunningham with it. Back to Harris. And Barnes sends it back.
Oh, tremendous defense there from Barnes. That 7'2" wingspan coming in handy.
And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. Clock at 6. Pass to Lanier. Takes the 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Now here's Barnes. Holland with the rebound. Green taking his time here. Out to the wing. Here's Lanier. Pass to Stewart. And here is Robinson. A three-pointer is right on target.
Defensively, you can't afford to give him that kind of look, especially down this many points.
One more miscommunication at the defensive end. Just brutal. It can't happen.
Green against Ingram. Barnes screen on Green. To the inside. And the dunk by Barnes.
Yeah, Barnes getting an opportunity at the rim, and I know that put a smile on his face.
So it's Detroit now. Here's Lanier. Outside Robinson. Pass to Holland. Over Barnes. Holland no good. And it's Barnes with the ball for Toronto. Crosses over. And the shot is long.
That is a missed opportunity. He'd love to have that one back.
Here's Lanier. And with the most recent collective bargaining agreement, Tim, teams have felt the pinch of those new luxury tax and apron penalties.
Yeah, and the goal of those being put in place was to have more top-tier talent equally spread out around the league. And as you've seen, there's been some tough decisions already. Some teams have had to trade away some of their stars just to make the math work.
And sometimes it's hard to make that math work. There's so many moving parts.
And as a result, it's more important to be able to structure out your supporting cast than ever before.
And the tough guy reputation, Tim, well earned for Isaiah Stewart.
Well, yeah, he's a physical presence, Kevin. He does not shy away from an alley fight. He brings that edge every team needs, and it is especially welcome in the Motor City.
The three from Barnes, rebounded by the Pistons. Stewart's got 4 rebounds in this game. Outside, Green. Pass to Sasser. Over quickly. Sasser gets the bucket. Sasser's got his first 2 points of the night.
Every coach in this league loves assisted baskets. It indicates your offense is flowing the way it's supposed to.
And that's a foul called on Ron Holland. That's his first foul. That's a great look at that move from the Connected Cam, sponsored by AT&T. And here are the Raptors now. Outside, Barrett. 5 on the clock.
So far, he hasn't done a lot of damage from 3. Only had that 1 in the first half.
Pass to Holland. Now, Sasser. You know, Tim, you hear some players now feeling they're being unfairly criticized. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I do believe it can get personal at times, but listen, if you are in this league, I think it helps to have thick skin because you are going to be criticized from time to time.
But players do pay attention, don't they? They know what's being said and written.
They pay a lot more attention than they let on, Kevin, believe me. And if they're not listening, somebody in their inner circle is, I promise you that.
They set the screen. Nobody near Barnes. And no good, the dry spell continuing for him. Now, Sasser. Robinson passes to Stewart. Here's Sasser. Shoots the 3. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Holland's got 7 points for the quarter.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
There is no doubt about it. They've done a great job minimizing all of the external factors.
Now, here's Quickly. He's covered by Sasser. Ingram against Green. Pass to Mamukelashvili. Offensive rebound. Ingram out to Barrett. Mamukelashvili passes to Barrett. Over Green. And again, Toronto no up.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Yeah, it's just time to settle everything down. Get high percentage looks and then D up.
It's Robinson high post. Sasser with it. And it's Mamukelashvili with the rebound. Mamukelashvili has got his 5th rebound in this one. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him. So Barnes will go to the free throw line. It's on Ron Holland. So when you look at different approaches to player recovery, from load management, say, Tim, to rub some dirt on it and get back in there, where do you stand on all of that?
Well, I do think teams have done a better job of trying to make sure players are protected from themselves and make sure they're getting enough rest. But I also think there are times guys should be allowed to play through certain types of minor injuries.
The free throw off from Barnes. Robinson against Quickly. Pass to Clinton. To the middle. Ingram with the steal. Here's Mamukelashvili, guarded by Stewart. Quickly kicks to Barnes. Ingram outside. Nails the wide open jump shot. And here is Robinson. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth. Stewart with the screen on Barnes. Here's Klintman, and the layup falls.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Pistons.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And this will push their record to 39 wins and a good effort tonight.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Ausar Thompson.
Well, what a highlight reel he put together, playing his game and contributing in a big way.
52 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Ingram outside. Inside. And it's Barnes smacking it down.
And how about the body control? Barnes sets the screen and then a nice spin there to get open.
There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside, Green. Pass to Klintman. Back to Green. The Pistons working the ball around now. Robinson on the wing for three. Here's Stewart. Barnes grabs the miss. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that'll do it, folks. Along with Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you once again for being with us here tonight on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Ausar Thompson.